Hussain Makke, 21 years old, a young man with big dreams and aspirations. He is soon graduating from Brunel University. However, like most university graduates this year, he is leaving the hectic undergraduate world to the even more hectic world of unemployment.
My name is Hussain Makke. I'm 21 years old. My parents are from Lebanon. I was born in London. I've lived in Tottenham all my life, and I've just completed a journalism degree at Brunel University. I never had a specific dream in terms of work. I remember at one point I really wanted to be a wrestler. I didn't know how to go about that. But something I loved doing from a young age was writing. I knew I loved to write, and it was something I was going to do my entire life, whether I got paid for it or not. So as I grew, I thought I might as well go into something that has writing in it, just because I love writing. I used to write a lot of short stories for my teachers in year 3, 4, 5. I was inspired a lot by Lord of the Rings franchise, so I used to write a lot of adventure stories as a kid. I always wrote things as I grew up. I always had like a good relationship with my pen. In my second year of college, when I was applying for university through UCAS, I applied for a media studies course, and the whole time I thought I'd be doing media studies in university. On the last day, just on the deadline, is when I came across journalism at Brunel, and I didn't really know anything about the subject, so it was really random for me. But this is for some reason how I make a lot of my decisions. So I just chose journalism and just gave it in. So it was a really random thing. I didn't know I was going to do it. I handed it in on the deadline day. Alhamdulillah, I got accepted. And since then, I have taken my writing a lot more seriously. So not just writing, I've been doing everything. Because in journalism, we studied film as well as radio, as well as writing. So I could develop my skills in all sectors. It was so random for it to happen. So a lot of my decisions come about like this. I've always felt that you never know what's around the corner, and same applies in this case. But I've benefited a lot. Alhamdulillah, I met a lot of fantastic people and have developed many links through journalism, so I'm thankful that for some reason I did pick it. After the first year of my degree, I wasn't entirely sure if it was for me. But I've never been the type to stop halfway through, so I wanted to carry on and see what I could do. Because I was being trained to be a local journalist, which wasn't my intention at all. I had a lot of views and I had a lot to say, but I had a lot of people to say it to. It wasn't going to be a local council or borough thing. So I didn't really enjoy the first year or many of the things I learned in the curriculum, but it was more of what I did in my own time and what inspired me to do. Because there's something that journalists do. They write in a specific way. It's called T-line shorthand. And it's when they want to write something really quick, so they use it in quotes. So they were teaching us to write at 100 words per minute, write 100 words per minute in symbols. And in the beginning, I looked at the symbols and I had no idea what to do, how to do it. I didn't think I could do it. After practicing every day, I was able to get to just about 100 words per minute, so I was really shocked by it, but it's inspired me so much in everything else. As in, every time I come across a difficult task, I always think back to how T-line shorthand was, and it inspires me to carry on. So through that, I did benefit a lot through this course. Uni life was quite difficult for me. I felt like an outcast most of the time because the people here were more into things that I wasn't as into. I wasn't really religious, but I just didn't like partying, and I didn't like the whole scene with girls and alcohol and everything. So when I lived here, my housemates would go out and they'd come home late at night and I'd just be in my room. So that was hard for me. But at the same time, I made a lot of friends. It's a bit of a contradiction to say I felt like an outcast but made a lot of friends, but it was like that. So I'd have a lot of friends, but I prefer to stay on my own sometimes. The friends I did meet, though, would probably be the best benefit, I'd say, of coming to uni, simply because I know that at least 2 of them will be lifelong friendships. Living alone at uni made me much more independent. I was able to take care of myself much more, and now have much more confidence if I was ever to leave home in what I'd do if I was by myself. At the same time, I developed a lot of skills that I could use in the workplace. I know now how to communicate much better with people. I know how to communicate with people on a different level now. I know many more people in the industry, links that can help me get in. At the same time, I had a work experience module that we had to find our own work experience. And I went through a lot of people, but not many people wanted to give me a chance. Until Reza Vedadi at Bar Pictures, I asked him, and he took me on, and we just clicked and we worked really well together. So we started making projects together, and he made me a producer for my own project. So with that, we made our own film, and now I know how to make my own documentaries, my own projects independently. Despite me not enjoying the curriculum as much as I thought I would, and sometimes thinking some things would not benefit me, a lot of things did benefit me. You do develop a lot of skills in your 3 years at university, whether you like what you're doing or you don't, or whether you think you're gaining knowledge or you don't think so. I've realized this as I finished, that I've grown a lot in the last 3 years, and that's thanks to this experience. So it's not all about the grade in the end. The experience matters, and it does let you grow as a person.
We decided to put Hussain Makke's skills to a little test. Heading out to Kilburn High Roads, we mic'd him up and got him to give out his CV to some of the biggest retail stores in the country. Here's how it went.
I'm in Kilburn right now for the experiment of handing out a bunch of CVs to see if I get any calls back. So I'm going to be applying to all different kind of shops, like from Greg's to Harlem Barrett to WH Smith, and we'll see if I get any results. Hopefully, we get a scope on how people my age are received when they're trying to get jobs. I'm just here to inquire about CV, if there are any job vacancies.
Well, I can take your CV, that's fine.
Yeah, are you the manager?
At the moment, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
At the moment, we've got nothing.
No, nothing.
I don't know when it's
Is there anything I can do to prove that I can work here? Because I've been trying so much, and I just finished uni, and there's no one that's taking anyone my age on. Went inside, asked the manager. I got to the manager, asked him if he could take my CV, if there were any job vacancies, but he straight away told me there was none before even seeing anything that I can offer. I made out that I just came out of uni and it's really hard to get a job, and how desperate the situation is for people my age right now. And then that kind of swayed him a little bit more to take the CV, although I just think he was doing it to shut me up, so we'll just try carry on and see what happens. And now we're going to switch up the whole aim of the industry. We're going to go for Cafe Nero. So we're going to try to go to as many places as we can to hand out as many CVs as we can and see what kind of results we can get. Looking for any job vacancies, if there's any here. Is the manager here?
Not at the moment. You can leave your CV, and if ready, we're going to come back.
Is it possible that I can give it to the manager? Because a lot of times they don't take, no one gives it around.
Just come in the morning.
It comes in the morning only. What time?
7
7 to. And if I leave it here, you promise you'll give it to him?
Maybe it's better if you have it within, no?
Oh, it's better with him. So there's no way you can give it to him? If you can try, please. Thank you. Thank you. That's right.
You're going to put full time, yeah?
Full time, yeah. Right, just tried at Cafe Nero. I'm not trying to be pessimistic, but he was going to take my CV straight away just to take it. I don't think he was going to give it to the manager. When I asked if the manager was here, he told me he only comes in the mornings. So I said if it would be better to give it to him, and he said yeah, although he only comes around 7 a.m. So I said, can you give it to him? And he said he probably couldn't. So I knew in the beginning he wasn't going to give it to him anyway until I asked. So I made him promise to give it to the manager, and we'll see if he calls back. It's actually a lot tougher than I thought to try get a positive response from someone, an honest response when you're giving out your CV.
Back at the studio, we showed Hussain Makke's attempts to Rahat Kazmi, an expert advisor in job applications, business plans, CV writing and more.
I can see that this gentleman here is working very, very hard, and this is the right way to do it. And I give example, when I came first to UK in 1988, I had to find a job within the first day, so I actually had to go to Victoria. I must have visited the whole Victoria by foot. I had a CV as well. I had maybe 50 copies of CV with me and dropped CV everywhere. And within the second or third day, I had a job offer. I think it's a good approach. Sometimes you can see the Windows sign as well saying apply within. Then you know exactly that, at least you can go inside and speak officially. But it's no harm in asking, depending on what kind of industry you like to go into. Bigger shops like, for example, if you go to Debenhams and all that, they might have HR people as well on the side. It's better to approach them as well. But at the same time, let's say if you're applying for Cafe Nero, if you have an experience in Cafe Nero, for example, if you know how to brew the coffee, because Cafe Nero and Starbucks, they will have very experienced staff as well. The training is very severe. The coffee tastes very good because they get a very good training as well. And coffee brewing, they take it very seriously. Not like, they do make coffee, but, coffee has to be properly done. And so it takes maybe a month or so to train people to brew the coffee. So I think if you experience, then you tell as well, I got experience as well. I worked before in a coffee and know exactly how to make coffee as well. Mention as well. Then, it's not just a CV. Person also knows what to do as well.
What did I plan to get into as I studied journalism? Quite obviously, it would be to become a journalist. Since a young age, because of my origin and everything, I was brought up with a big sense of international politics in terms of Palestine and the Arab wars and everything. I was also in Lebanon in 2006 when the Lebanon-Israeli war happened. So I was always thinking of a way of how I could make a difference living in London, how I could help people or get something out there, or get my views out there, or at least a little bit of truth, or what I perceive to be truth anyway. Because I believed in this so much, I wanted to get my views out there. Journalism would be the best platform for me, so I'm thankful that I did come across it. At the same time, we have a lot of doctors and a lot of engineers in our communities, but we don't really have many journalists. I can probably think of one or two only at the top of my head. So it would also be something to benefit the community and my people especially. As soon as we signed up to the course, I remember in the first few lessons, we were told that we wouldn't get a job straight away. It would be difficult to get a job because the market is so competitive in journalism. At the same time, I remember the teacher saying, if you're looking for money, then journalism is not for you. So this would also demotivate a lot of people in the class who want to have a good financial status in the future. So from the offset, there wasn't much hope in terms of future for the students in my class anyway. Also, I was taught many things, and I found out that the way the industry works is a lot of the time through the control of the editors in the companies. So if an editor wants you to write something in a specific way, you'd have to do that, even if you were tarnishing someone's reputation. And sometimes it would be morally wrong, and I've had journalists tell me they made the wrong decision many times, but it influenced their careers and it helped them progress, though they regretted it. So you could stand up to an editor and say you wouldn't do something, and your name would be there in the industry, but you would have done the right thing. So from that, I knew that wasn't for me, and I knew my future wasn't really secure. So me specifically, I didn't know what was going to happen. But at the same time, I live for not knowing. I don't want to know. I don't think anything is more boring than having a secure future. For each day to have a new and different sun feeds the spirit of a man. So for me, it's exciting not knowing what's going to happen. I've never known what's going to happen. It's gotten me this far. So I have faith in myself because I think that all that matters is your work ethic. I don't think the grade matters. I don't think what the teachers say about you matters. I just think what you do yourself is what matters in the end. And I have firm belief in myself and in my determination that I can do what I want if I put my mind to it. At the same time, even though this is the way I see it, other people don't see it the way I do. So a lot of my classmates would try to apply almost everywhere they could, and they'd never get any return calls. People would not take them on. The most you could probably hope for was an unpaid internship, and you weren't even guaranteed a job after you work for free for a couple of months. So in that respect, it is very difficult for people my age, just graduating from uni, to get a secure job full time.
I don't think job market is very stable at the moment. You can go to a job and you'll not know that how long the job will last. There used to be a time, when jobs were for life, but those times are gone. You could be a very good worker as well. You could have lots of skills as well, but a company could go into trouble. They might find somebody who's a lot cheaper than you. So I think market is not very stable at the moment. Okay, there was a time when people used to offer jobs to students because it was an incentive for the employer as well. They can save money by paying students less money as well, and they have more time in hand. and so they could train students or graduates as per their own needs, as per their own business strategies. But these days they can find people who are more experienced and qualified, and they know everything already at low salaries. Lots of my friends who work in Ireland and UK, they've been told by their employers either take a pay cut or job cut. So they decided to go for a pay cut. They still kept the jobs because they wanted to keep working. So nowadays employers have lots of choice. They have lots of people working for them for less money. Maybe almost same money as students will get paid. So they don't want to take the time and train students or graduates to get to the level, because training costs money as well and time. Plus my thing as well, productivity will also be affected.
You promised to give him the CV.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Yeah? Because, you know, how old are you?
20.
You're 20.
Yeah.
So you're my age. You know it's how hard it is to get a job here. Yeah? If you can help us out, man.
Yeah, don't worry, man.
How did you get a job here?
Basically, I'm not from this store.
Oh, okay.
I'm just covering because there's no other management here.
But you went to another JD.
Yeah, I'm at another JD.
How did you get a job there?
I got hooked up by a manager. Innit?
So you have to have links to get in.
You know what it is? Nowadays, yeah, it's not about what you've got in your CV. It's who you know.
It's all about who you
Kind
know.
of who you know now. Like, basically, it's just who you really know. You need links.
No, it's fine. Like, be honest with me. You don't think this will go through with it? Probably not.
I'm not too sure.
Like, from the experience that you see people coming in and
From
going,
experience, I see quite a few people handing in their CVs, no interviews.
never, yeah? All right, thank you though, man.
No
Appreciate
problem.
it. Take
I
care.
mean, what I suggest you do is
Yeah.
you go onto the JD website, upload your CV, then what they do is they broadcast your CV into any area where you want to go.
Okay.
So that's probably your best option.
All right,
Just
then.
go on there, upload your CV, and then
All right.
send it over to whatever branches you want.
All right, thank you. Just give it to him
Yeah,
anyway,
no
just in
problem.
case.
The assistant manager's there.
All right.
The store at the moment ain't got no manager. So,
Okay.
so
I
it's like
appreciate it
the
though.
assistant manager. I mean,
Thank you very much, man.
No
Take care. Got to speak to the supervisor. He said there wasn't a manager available, and he turned out to be my age. So I asked him like how he got the job, and he told me it was from a link. So he knew the manager, and he said that really you can't really get into the workplace these days without knowing someone in there that can hook you up. So he said he's seen a lot of people come in with CVs, but I've never gotten even an interview. So there it is from the inside.
In my opinion, what the shopkeeper or what the manager said there is so much to know is who knows you. I think one approach would be if you go to shops as well and you don't know people as well, it's better to be very friendly, be smiling as well. At the same time, ask them for their name as well, write it down, and shop number and name. If you can't go there in person, after a few days, give them a call as well, polite call. How are your brother, how are your sister, whatever, you know, how are your friend, mate, whatever, and ask them, I came to you the other day, and I'll call again. Or maybe if you can go in person, it's even better. Then you know the person as well. You should address them with the name as well. It becomes more personal, and you know each other already. So I think this is how you can build up relation as well with people you don't even know. So I think if you can get personal connections, much better. But if not, always ask for the name of the person who you left you with, and the shop phone number. So go back again, and you've got a list as well of names of people who you left you with. Not just leave your CV and walk away. Don't even look back. Be very polite. Be very pleasant. The people know as well. They like to. They should be willing to help you. Okay.
We're about to go and try to get a job at Greg's now. Never thought. I can't even imagine myself working at Greg's, to be honest, but I'm going to try anyway. I was really bad at food technology, but they won't know that. So let's go. Sorry to bother you. I've just been looking around for a job really hard, and I was wondering if you have any job vacancies here.
So we got some job vacancies actually, but you need to apply online.
There's no way that I can give you it in person?
No, you can give reference if you want. You can give my reference. That's fine, but
Okay.
you still need to go on this website.
Oh, come on. I make really good donuts.
No, I can't. There's no option like we can give it like this.
Okay. All right
If
then.
you want to leave your CV,
Yep.
leave it to me, and then next time maybe your manager comes in, I'll pass him.
All right then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you very much.
You're right.
Thank you. They wouldn't give me the job in the beginning. They told me there's no vacancies until I asked for the manager. Once I spoke to the manager, she said I have to apply online. They don't take CVs by hand. So she gave me a reference at least, and hopefully that can help if I apply online, although I don't think I will be. On to the next one.
I think in this incident, when he went to Greg's, he made a nice joke, and he had a nice conversation with the lady there. So I think this is very pleasant, very, very good thing to do. When you go in there, talk to people as well, and have pleasant conversation. Instead of just be grumpy face as well and say, I'll apply for a job as well, and then walk away and, without saying greeting. I mean, he made a joke, and it was, lady was always very friendly with him, and she might, inside her heart, wish him he can get a job as well. So she might try her best as well to get him a job because he was very pleasant to her. And he also told her that, also know how to make good donuts. That's good as well. If you have any skills, relevant skills, tell them as well. Sometimes, when you go for an interview, you can tell the manager, I'd like to learn a lot from you. I know already a lot of it, but I'd like to learn more from you, somebody like you. You already are praising them and putting them in charge, and they are better than you, and you want to learn from them. So you're already inviting them to bring you in so they can learn from you.
Because I was wondering, do you have any job vacancies? Yeah. None. You can't apply. Yeah, it's my CV. I mean, it's so hard to get a job these days. You can't get anywhere, man. So I thought I'd try it here. Yeah, you keep saying manager, yeah? Tomorrow. But promise to give it to him, please. Do you get free chicken? Do you get free chicken if you work here? Yeah, free chicken. Yeah, you're happy with that? Okay. Yeah, man, I'll be wicked to work here. All right, thanks, yeah. The guy was baffled when I tried to give him a CV, but he said he'd take it anyway. He said that we get free chicken if you work there, so that'd be great. But that was more for jokes than anything else.
It's for similar reasons I just answered before, because they can find people who are more educated, and they have more skills. I'll give one example. If fresh graduates finish from university, they go for a job interview. They don't even know how to sit down, how to greet people, how to sort of have eye contact as well. A lot of skills. They don't know how to answer the phone. They don't know how to sort of speak to a customer, how to handle complaints. So they need to learn all the basics about business. So when businesses can already have people who are experienced, and they have, all the skills ready as well, and they can, if they hire somebody experienced, they can just jump into hot seat and start working straight away and make an immediate impact. For students or graduates, they need to train them first of all, and then, they'll be ready in a few months or maybe a few years before they can make real impact.
It's really hard to find a job right now, especially a career in journalism, let alone any other career. I'm quite laid back about it, but my classmates aren't. Many of them have tried to apply for jobs in journalism and to apply for internships. I know one of my classmates is on an internship now, but we don't even know if she's going to get the job afterwards. Hopefully she does. For the rest of them, many of them don't know where they're going, and they're quite stressed out about it. This can be said for not just journalism students, most students, especially art students, so people who studied English as well. You find a lot of the time people who study something at university don't really go into that subject. I've come across many people that went into something totally different, mostly retail, afterwards when they realize they can't find a job in the subject they want, in the course they study.
I know that most students, when they go to college, when they go to university, they already aim to become somebody, they want to go into a certain profession. And sometimes it's wish of the parents, sometimes it's their own wish as well, and they work very hard to acquire that profession. And once they qualify, they can't go to the job. I think the reason for that is because these days qualifications are becoming more and more important. There used to be a time when only a degree was enough. But these days, a degree is not only enough. If you need to get something else as well on top of that. For example, if you're a doctor, you've done medicine, and then another person who's a doctor and he's done MBA as well. So with medical doctor with MBA will be given preference because these days it's considered leadership skills and managerial skills are more important. You should know more about management or leadership. You can get a lot better promotions very quickly. So I think our advice to students or graduates that whatever you're doing, always get some extra skills as well on top of that to make your CV more attractive.
If you really believe in the message you want to get out there, then you do your own work, regardless of whether or not you get a job straight away. Right now, I'm working on a few projects. I've just finished a documentary on 3 different subjects called The Unclear Truth. So we talk about the Palestine-Israel situation, we talk about the Arab Spring, we talk about the potential war in Iran, And in that, I interviewed some well-known names like Norman Finkelstein, Kareem Dennis, the rapper formerly known as Loki, interviewed George Galloway, interviewed Jodie McIntyre, interviewed many high-profile people. So that was an experience in itself. At the same time, working on a documentary for Ziyara, pilgrimage of Shia Muslims to Iraq and Iran. And that's in production, hopefully will be completed in September. I've managed to take some initiative and make my own documentaries. I'm also planning a documentary on the power of the media. In terms of writing, I started up a website last year called Lantern of the Path. On this website, it was for the followers of the Ahlulbayt in London, where everyone can share their stories and their own views and their beliefs, or whatever they want, on a blog, a community blog, where everyone can see and exchange views. And alhamdulillah, it's been quite successful. It's also been a platform for me to get my writing out there, for people to hear my stories as I hear theirs. During my course at university, we had a module where we had to start up a website. I thought a good concept would be something for the followers of the Ahlulbayt, where everyone can share their own views, beliefs, opinions, and stories on one website. And that is how lanternofthepath.com came into being. Now that I've graduated from uni, the website is still there and it's still going strong. So people still submit articles they want to share. So that website is going to carry on after my degree. So that's something also that I benefited. It's been a platform for me and for my writing to get out there. So alhamdulillah, it's been beneficial.
No way. Hello. Hi. Are you the manager? Anyone here? No? Is the manager in?
Yeah.
Is it, I just want to get,
Yeah, it's fine. I think she's looking for someone to remember as well.
Oh, great. It's so hard to get one these days.
You know what? Look online as well, because they tend to advertise jobs online.
On WH Smith?
So
Okay.
it's good to hand in your CV, but you should do the application online.
Did you guys come through from online?
She did it years ago.
I've been here for long, so I done my CV.
Okay. Do people usually come in and hand in CVs?
They don't, because we don't take CVs. The procedures changed that you need to do it online.
You have to do it online.
Yeah.
So is there a chance mine would be considered?
Take it.
Yeah?
We'll take it. He told me yesterday to take CVs.
Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you. I think I got more of a positive response from WH Smith than anyone else. The manager said to leave it with the people at the desk, but they told me that the manager yesterday was looking for people with CVs, and even though the procedures changed and everyone applies online, they still consider my one by hand, so I think that went well.
Okay. I think when people say apply online, the two advantages are for both people, for employer as well and for employee. Employer advantage is that they can have database of CVs. Everybody who's interested interested to work for them, so they get the email addresses, phone number as well. Each time they want to contact them within 6 months or so, they can do so. And for employee as well, because if you subscribe, each time there is a new vacancy created for the company, you might get a prompt or email as well, alert that there's a job available. We'd like to apply for it. So I think you should not be afraid of applying for a job when they say apply online. That's fine. The best thing would be to take a piece of paper with you and write on the job site number, website address, or any contact details who should you send your CV to. So I think it's better to always take an extra step. Come back home as well. When you've done your research, going through CVs as well, every shop. When they say apply online, don't be put off with this. Go online and apply online. That'll be very useful.
Hi, you the manager by any chance? Yeah, okay, nice one.
Hey, boss man.
Hi. Just wondering if there's any job vacancies available.
Do you live local?
Not local, but I'd travel, I don't mind. It's so hard to get a job these days, you gotta go everywhere. No one calls back.
How far do you live?
I live in Tottenham.
Wow, that's a trouble.
It's an hour away, it's not that much.
You drive?
It's fine, no.
Okay, I'll keep this, yeah?
Yeah? Please, just try it, read through it, consider it. Because, you know, everyone just says yeah, but then
What
they
are you
just...
doing, full-time or part-time?
Full-time.
Full-time.
Yeah. Even part-time. If there's part-time vacancy, whatever, whatever you can give me.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah?
Keep that, yeah?
All right, thank you very much.
Have a lovely day.
Thank you. That went okay. He said he'd consider it. I think the fact that I live an hour away was a bit of a problem. But I told him that, you know, it's really hard to get a job and you got to apply everywhere and no one really calls back. So I think he looked genuinely interested. Just finished giving out my CVs to all these different shops. Even though I think some were genuinely interested, some managers were interested, from my experience from before on giving out CVs, I never usually get any calls back, and I've seen nothing today that might make me think any differently. So I really do think it's hard for people who just finished uni to apply for jobs. Even if you want to show your commitment and do it by hand, people don't really accept it. They want you to do it online. So the whole procedure's changed up now. One thing I've learned though, that if you keep going on about it, keep trying to apply for jobs, eventually you will get one. Don't get fed up. As long as it takes weeks, months. Everyone I know at some point moans that they're unemployed, but eventually they will get their job. And if you keep going, the opportunities will come up. So you have to make your own opportunities.
Yes, I like that attitude because he tried everywhere and he was happy to go and leave his CV and he was very pleasant. So I think, in my opinion, to apply for jobs in the shops, it's a good thing to get a job for time being if you're an ambitious person. If you've done a degree, for example, you won't be working in one shop for a long time. There'll be a job for you to get by until you find a decent job. To find a decent job, you won't go to shops. You don't need to go in person. You need to go on the website. You need to go on to job sites like jobsite.co.uk or monster.com, or maybe sites like totaljobs.com or specialist jobs as well, hayes.com. There used to be some professional agencies. So I think it's better to get, if you're not working at all, you're just bored at home, and you don't have a degree, I would especially advise to get a job like this graduate was trying, and then finally try at home as well, go on the website as well, and then trying to find the right job. But if you don't have enough qualifications, you think this is the only job you can do, then by all means, go and try every day, go out, spend at least an hour, visit at least 5 to 6 shops in your area, different areas. You can pick up different areas. Today I cover this area, tomorrow I'm going to cover that area. You should target yourself for 1 month. In this month I'm going to have a job, and you will definitely, inshallah, will get a job. It's not difficult, You need to be dedicated and committed.
I personally don't believe that the qualification matters as much. I think the fact that I have a degree now does help, but I don't think degrees are worth as much as they used to be like 10 years ago. I think now the set standard is to have like a master's degree. Also, the grade, I don't think the grade matters. And you find people sometimes who get firsts and they don't go on to work in the course that they studied. So sometimes they even end up in McDonald's just to get by. I believe that the work ethic is more important to have than the qualification. At the same time, a career, I believe, is a 21st century invention. And I don't really want one. I don't want to limit myself to one career. I want to experience as many things as I can, develop as many skills as I can, and I want this to span over many things. So in documentaries and writing, I've come out of my comfort zone to make documentaries. I want to learn more skills, live as many lives as I can before the end. I do believe that with determination, if someone wants to do something, they can, regardless of the qualification or not.
Education is always very important, and it's no waste of time. An educated person is always much better than a non-educated person. I'll give a small example. I used to know a person who worked for Oracle many years ago, and he worked with them for a few years. He was a chartered accountant, and he was laid off. He was made redundant, and because he worked as an accountant for many years and he was laid off, he thought, let's go into different business altogether. So he came back and he did a Corgi plumbing course. He became a plumber. In the first year of his business, he declared £170,000. And if he was working on his own, he could have earned that money. But because he was educated, he was a qualified person, he made a team of plumbers. And later on, he just started controlling them instead of doing the work himself. So he declared £171,000 a year for the first year. So that's why education is always very important. No matter what you do, if you're educated, then you can do any small business as well. You can pick it up. But in the back of your head as well, it'll definitely help you all the way.
A lot of the time, people like to criticize you if you're unemployed. I don't think that should lead you to do something you don't want to do. I would never recommend someone work a job that they hate to do. For example, personally, I would never work a job I hate to have money I don't need, to impress people I don't like. I prefer the ancient philosopher's life. The ancient philosophers of Greek and Persian civilizations, they weren't rich at all outwardly. They were of the poorest, but none were as rich inside. And I think this is what counts.
I think the best thing will be the students should, first of all, not try to approach recruitment agencies. If they go through recruitment agencies will have their own interests at their heart, not the students' interests at heart, because they will have lots of qualified, more experienced people in their books, in the database. They'll try to present themselves first. I would advise students to prepare a good CV and approach the employees directly. They can do that either by visiting in person, or going to the website as well, sending emails to other HR or the managers directly into the business they want to go into. Or more than anything else, I would say start networking. Networking is a key these days. As they say, it's not what you know, it's who knows you. It always counts in any society, and especially in UK as well. If I know somebody, and if I have a job available, if I recommend somebody to a friend of mine who is a manager there or who's the owner there, I'm sure recommendation goes a long way. So because students don't have any experience, and they need to start somewhere, they need to put foot on the door, it's better to get recommended. If you don't have many contacts by yourself, I would say, for example, in our community as well, we get a professional network in London. A lot of people can join them as well. Or maybe if you like to look for more professional networking, you can go into LinkedIn and start making contacts of your own field. And when people connect on LinkedIn, they know exactly why you're connecting with them. It's either to get help professionally or give help professionally. So when you can even search people as well, if you like to apply for a job as well, you can see as well who is in your network and ask them, can they recommend you to somebody? So a lot of people have found jobs as well. It's working for many people. So I would say networking is the key. At the same time, do some research as well with the companies. Apply them directly. Students, I think they must apply directly. Because it's their first time. They should be, because if they go to agencies, it's a commission involved, and they like to present the best CVs possible to the employer. So I think it won't really work, if the student CV goes there, and then along with that, there'll be so many other experienced people as well. They'll be also presented in competition. So apply directly.
I like not knowing what's going to happen. This is the way I've lived all my life till now. It's been a testimony to this, and I like being random. So the future doesn't scare me too much. There aren't really any rules, aside from Islamic laws, there aren't any rules to life that tell you you can't be this or be that, especially if you're young. There's so much you can be. You can be whatever you want to be. If you really set your mind to it and you really believe in it, you can. I don't think there's a starting point or a stopping point. There's just a doing point. You just do. And you take it day by day and you go towards your dreams. I think Einstein put it best when he said, I don't think about the future often. It comes soon enough. There are many reasons why graduates are not finding jobs straight away. The competition in markets is a lot heavier than it used to be. It's a lot more intense. At the same time, technology has also improved over the years. As in, if you go just to Sainsbury's down the road, just one example off the top of my head, you see the help yourself machines. Now, a lot of people must have been let off when those came into place. So that's also a reason. Also, a lot of the time at university, you acquire theory, but you don't really engage in practical work. So a lot of the time when you want to go into the work industry, there's people who didn't go to uni but are experienced, and they'd be preferred also at a cheaper price than someone who it would take to train to learn the practicalities of the workplace. So that also contributes. There's too much theory and not enough practical.
Job interviews, really, they are the stepping stone, or they are the start of the decision-making aspects for getting a job. So our advice, graduates, or younger people looking for jobs, they should always have lots of information about the company. They should do lots of research about the company they're going to apply for a job, or going for an interview. They can do that either by reading newspapers, or they can go and search in Google as well for the name of the company. They might find some articles about the company as well. There's some newsletters about the company, or they can go onto the website as well. Read every single page of the website. Try to find as much information they can about the about us pages as well, and what the company is all about, the company strategy, if they know how to read the financial information as well, the profit and loss. Most companies will present that on the page as well. So I think it's better to know as much as you can about the company, and as you read the information through, it's also advisable to write notes as well, because you need to prepare your own question as well. The employer will ask you questions about your experience, and then they will give you a chance as well. Do you have any questions for us? This is a chance for you to make an impression, ask questions for yourself. And when you ask questions, you're not going to upset the employer, because they'll be happy because they know that you have researched as well about the company, and they'll be more impressed with you. So, for example, I actually went for a job interview in Dublin, and this company was CIT Group, and they had about more than 12 million euro assets in Dublin. And on the website, they listed 65 aeroplanes based in Dublin. So when I went there, the manager told me they had 56. So I said, hold on, one plane is more than 200 million. So there's a lot of difference in assets. And he said, oh my God, I didn't know that. And he went to the website straight away, checked it. Oh, thank you very much for spotting, I'll get it corrected. We only have 56 left now, not 65. So these things, they're very helpful. You should ask questions from employer as well. So when you know more about the company as well, and this also shows enthusiasm as well. Employer will know that you generally want to get a job with this company. It shows your interest as well. And plus, the other thing is, question will be asked from your own CV. It's better to study your own CV as well. You need to prepare answers for the possible questions. For example, you might say, I've been managing 10 people in my experience. They might ask you a question, for example, how do you manage difficult people? You need to know exactly, and then if you say, I manage some budgets, they might ask you, how much was the budget? And do you know how to make budget? So basically, anything which you think you put in CV as experience, you must know answers for that as well. You need to prepare yourself accordingly. So when an employer asks you a question, you got answer ready for it straight away.
No matter what happens, I'm not going to let anyone who doesn't want to hire me affect me and tell me that I can't do something. I'm going to be the best I can be, regardless of whether someone tells me I can do it or I can't, regardless of if someone wants to hire me or they don't want to hire me. It doesn't matter. I'm going to do what I want to do. I want to get my message out, and I think you guys should do the same. Whatever you want to do it. Firmly believe in yourself to do it. I mean, there's always a way around it. Bruce Lee put it the best when he said, use no way as way and have no limitation as limitation. There's no limit to what you can do. So always believe in yourself firmly. Don't let society's pressures put you down and make you do something you don't want to do. Do something you love and follow your dreams. Don't let the fact that no one is hiring you put you down or affect your self-esteem. Work on yourself internally, as in be rich on the inside. Eventually it will come on the outside as well, but you won't care because all that matters is on the inside anyway. Don't let it affect you.
We at In The Know have prepared some tips for those of you who are job seeking. 1. Make sure you thoroughly check your CV. Give it to friends, family, experts, and anyone you know who has experience in CV writing. Make sure you perfect it before you start handing them out to companies. 2. Be sure to follow through after applying for a job. The journey doesn't end at applying. Chase them up, call the manager, get the contact details of those who will be dealing with your application. 3. Confidence. Employers love confidence, so make sure that you come off as confident. Practice an interview with someone who you are not close with. Remember, confidence is different to arrogance. If you come off as arrogant, it shows that you're hiding something. 4. Perspective. Whoever is interviewing you is not any better than you. He's just like you, but he's just had a bit of a head start. Don't feel intimidated. 5. Always ask for a JD, a job description. Know exactly what you're applying for and what your roles will be. Show them your enthusiasm by letting them know that you know exactly what you're getting into.